And we are live. What's going on out there, YouTube family? I apologize for the vacuum noise you hear in the background. I'm doing the best I can. But we're back for episodes 3 and 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm here with Lucas. What's going on, bro?
Nothing much. Nothing at all.
So, as you guys know, we've already done a non-spoiler discussion on episode 3, but we haven't heard the unfiltered thoughts on it. I'm gonna let Lucas drive us home when it comes to episode 3, and then we're gonna collaborate and really go with the nail in the coffin with episode 4, which has boded a little bit of controversy here or there. But if you don't know, this is a spoiler-filled review. So you haven't seen the episode already. I'm sorry. I don't know what more I can do for you. So Lucas, Power Broker, episode 3. What were your thoughts or your key points for that episode?
I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. Cap is a very bad person, and not this Cap, the old Cap. And the Avengers are shitty. That's all I can remember from episode 3.
Oh, you're talking about with what the group was kind of like saying.
No. Go back one slide. Back that way. Go back one more. There you go.
Go right there. To Sharon.
Go right there. So you're telling me, right? They just abandoned her? How is she still on the run and no one else was?
I mean, well, all right. So let's put this.
Everybody else got pardoned. Everybody else but her.
But all right. So to be fair, let's think about this. The last time we saw her was at Civil War, right?
Yes.
In Civil War, they all got locked up, and she got away some kind of way. I don't know how she got away, but she got away.
Mm-hmm.
And so then at the end of it, Cap broke them out. Infinity War. By Infinity War, we realized that half of the Avengers were on the run. And then they needed everybody. Everybody needed everybody. But by the end of Infinity War, everybody got blipped away. So at the end of that, it was kind of like, all right, Endgame happened. Everybody got blipped back forward. But it goes back to what the whole problem is with this group. I forgot the name of their group. Why they're so pissed is because they were like, oh, shoot, all the people are gone. Like, we're living good. Now the people are back. And we're in poverty again. So, I mean, it plays to the same as that crux.
But no. Because if that was the case, literally, Sam says it in the show. When she said you all were pardoned. Excuse me. Why wasn't Sharon pardoned then? Did they not all do the exact same thing? Well, I'm not even going to blame Cap. I'm just going to blame all the rest of the Avengers. And Sam especially. Like,
but Sam was blipped away. He had nothing to do with it.
No. The point that Sam even brings up when they talk about pardoning, Sam brings up he was pardoned. So at what point did he get pardoned that they didn't pardon her? And why wouldn't they have pardoned her? And Steve is still alive. He's still alive.
Okay, so to be fair, she used to be a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. was dismantled. Yeah, no, that would make more sense because she would just added the sword. Why didn't she get added the sword? So basically, okay, I say a little. So Sam L. Jackson, Nick Fury is to blame.
He's still running around.
That's the thing. So, because in what was it? Yeah, in the Winter Soldier movie, she was the one that protected him.
Sam,
right?
Sam. Is Captain America still alive?
Yeah.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
How the hell doesn't she have a pardon?
But no.
See, this is my issue when it comes to me and things that are not comic book logic comes into play for me at times. And the moment I saw her and she said she's still on the run, I said, wait. Why is she on the run? That makes no sense. So is it that they said, you know what, we're going to pardon everybody but the white woman. We're going to hold her accountable for that. Like, I need it to make sense.
I mean, it doesn't.
Besides making sense to push the story wherever her, as we'll see in episode 4, talk about episode 4, her villainous ways move forward.
What's going on, Vincent?
Like,
hey, look.
Hey,
hey.
you said my thoughts of episode 3. My thoughts of episode 3 were only, wait a minute, why is she still on a run? And that doesn't mean the episode wasn't good. It was just like, well, that doesn't compute. One, why is she still on a run? Two, you got pardoned, and then you turn around and aid in breaking out a terrorist. So, like, I have all types of thoughts. But episode 3 was a good action episode, and sure killed lots of people.
Yo, she was murking it. I was like, God dog, Sharon, like, this is the best they've used Sharon since she's even became a character, in my opinion. Like, some of the combat stuff that she did, I was like, Bucky, I need you to step it up a little bit, dog, because she's outshined you in one episode a little bit. But to your point, I did want to bring this up because you said it, I think it was like in episode 2 that Bucky had been holding back. This was the episode when Zemo was like, you're going to have to act like the Winter Soldier. That you realize, oh man, Bucky could have been killing people this whole entire time.
But then clearly he didn't in the scene where people were trying to kill them, because if he was supposed to be an assassin and the amount of bullets he shot that did not hit anybody, I would highly question how are you an assassin.
I really do think that he is. I think he's holding back, bro. I really do.
I mean, no. We know he's holding back, but like, are you holding back to even the extent of putting your own life in danger?
I think he is. I really do think he is.
That's the dumbest thing in the world. Because if he's as good as he should be, I could just wound you. I don't have to kill you.
Sure.
But he was missing while Sharon was just killing everything that moved.
She was icing, folks. She was icing. Like, they didn't get nowhere near, and they were like just sitting there having a casual conversation. She's just killing people all over the place. So, do you think that she's the power broker? Because it kind of came to my head at one point that I was like, why not?
From the 3rd episode, no, they don't give you big hints towards that. Maybe in the 4th episode, they do. In the 3rd episode, so me just focusing on what I saw at the end of the 3rd episode, I didn't think that at all. I just thought, okay, this is a cool introduction. I don't know why she's on a run, because that makes absolutely no sense to me. But it's a good introduction for her, and it's a good way to move the location to a different place.
Yeah, and I mean, well, the reason why I initially thought that is because the moment that the person that I thought was the power broker, they went and saw that Sam some kind of way kept his freaking phone on.
Of course he
and
did.
Outed himself. And when she got immediately killed, I was kind of like, did Sharon do that to shut that girl up? Because I thought Sharon did it. I felt like this was the power broker that did it, and I thought Sharon did it. It was just too many moving parts that was kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna shut this lady up and cover this stuff up. I don't know. That's what I initially thought when I saw that scene.
I just need them to clean that up and say that Sharon is the power broker, and that's why she's still on the run, because she didn't want to be cleared.
Yeah, and to be honest, Vincent McCoy, he just wrote that. That would make sense. So
wait a minute. No, did she go off the grid and couldn't be? Guess what? She doesn't have to be present to be pardoned. That's the problem.
She really don't.
You don't have to be present to be pardoned. All they had to do is say she's pardoned. She clearly watches the news. Clearly she's doing that much. All they had to do is say, we're going to pardon her.
Hey, what's going on, Joy Allen? Thank you so much for the comment. Jesus, we're gonna get to that because I know that Lucas kind of feels a way about that. So we're gonna talk about it very soon. And then the very last scene, which kind of threw me off, was that one of the Dora Milaje was like, "Yo, why you break out Zemo for? What are you doing? No, we got to lock his tail up." And so, what did you feel about Zemo in this episode? That's one thing I did want to ask you. Like, how do you feel about Daniel in his performance as Zemo?
Like the bad, funny guy?
Yeah.
It's okay. Like I am not interested at all in his character. Not even a little bit. I believe at times, especially this episode, the story slows down when he's introduced. So I wasn't at all interested in him. I was interested way more at still them trying to figure out all this other stuff. Granted, he plays a key part in it, but when he's on screen, okay, here's the thing. These other two have a certain amount of charisma, which is odd to say because Anthony Mackie did an entire movie for Netflix and showed absolutely none of it. But they have a certain amount of charisma. And Daniel doesn't at all. Like it feels like when he comes on screen, like it's sucking away the charisma from everyone else.
Dang, Lucas, that's
like
hard.
he is. It's true. He's not the most charismatic person for this role. And maybe I don't read comics. Is Zemo not supposed to be charismatic?
Nah, he's. I put it this way.
Now, charismatic also means very interesting and engaging. That doesn't mean like he's the nice guy, but like he is not at all. He's not interesting. He's boring. That's what it. There you go. His performance is boring.
Yes.
Not the character. His performance of the character. But it's the same issue he had in Civil War, where it was like, oh, like every time you're on screen, I'm just waiting for the next scene. Like, okay, when we're gonna get through him, and that's why that little, because this is around the time where they did the little dancing thing for an hour that people were why would you want to see that?
Hey, there was a lot of people that loved that meme, and they are kind of like they advocated for the deleted scene to come out, and Marvel gave it.
Look here, as one who feels they only did that to make fun of another superhero property with a certain cut, and who wants to see non-rhythmic white dancing for that long? Like, no, I'm good.
I think there's a lot of people that like. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna tell my spill on it. I liked him in Civil War because he was kind of like the offshoot. Like I was kind of like, oh, he's in control of the situation at all times. Like he's not the focal point, but he's putting all these different things in motions, and I'm loving how he's just maneuvering things. It's kind of like he's a Joker-esque kind of character, but without any kind of funny, without any kind of engagement of interest. It's more so like his presence there is putting things in motion. And it's kind of like, I think that I appreciate his conviction more than anything else, because I was kind of like, how is the comic book version going to translate onto this? And they found a way of doing it. Like they found a way of like, instead of keeping the mask on him at all times and making him a threat, they also found a way of bleeding over his character from what they did from Civil War. So for me, I like it. Like I never had a problem with it in Civil War. I actually liked it, but I can see where people are like, well, he's not really doing anything. But he's kind of like offshooting everything else in people's perspective. It's kind of like the conversation he's had with Bucky and the conversation he's having with everybody else. It's like he's playing with people emotionally and what their convictions are. Like he's always challenging people's convictions because he knows exactly how he feels one way or another. It's just weird to me because in Civil War, it was like, I need revenge for my family. And now it's like his family's dead. And it's like, yo, you had all this money, bro, and you can fight, and you know all these different resources. What was all this before? So it's like they brought him down to the comic book level, which I like. But it was like, from a continuity standpoint, I'm like, what happened before? But I like him. I like him a lot more now than I did in Civil War. And I'm interested to see where his character is going to go. I actually really do dig his character, but I can see where you're coming from.
I didn't say the character again. The character's not bad. He just has no charisma. None.
So, okay, one last part. What did you think about this crew? Are they interesting to you at all?
To be honest, not really.
Yep.
And I don't think it's the actors. I just don't think the story is that interesting.
Yeah, that's
it's a subplot.
Yeah,
and you know, it's eventually going to leak into the main plot to connect everything together. That's what stories do. But as a subplot, I don't need to see them on screen unless one of the main cast members are involved in it also. Like
Yeah.
I think this was episode 3 the speech that she gave to Sam. Oh, that was episode 4. See, we doing back-to-back episodes. I'm highly confused when her speech that I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have any
Yeah.
feeling about. When did I think it happened in episode 4.
Yeah, it was 4. It was 4. Because at the end of this episode, she did something suspect. She just decided, yeah, we're gonna blow up with all those people inside. It doesn't matter. They're a means to an end. And even the Asian dude was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
eventually, leaving episode 3, I thought eventually you're gonna have to find someone to cheer for in this show.
yeah.
Because at this point, and to tell the truth, even after episode 4, it's only one person who literally has done everything that I would deem as good. Granted, it's a horrible act in one of the good things, but it's still a necessary act. It's only one person so far in this show that's done something that I was like, okay. Like,
Wait, are you talking about this ninja right here?
Yes! Yes!
Oh my God.
Like, he's the only one.
All right, go ahead, let loose, Lucas. All right, we're going into episode 4 territory. But no, before we get to episode 4, in episode 3, basically him and Battlestar, we're kind of like, we got all dead ends, man. There's nothing we can do. So we're gonna need to tell
Sam and
Bucky because they're the only ones closest to this. So it kind of like they didn't do anything with them in episode 3, but
they did the good guy approach of saying, hey, let's tell these possible people and see what they come up with, because they may be illegal and break the law.
They did, but at the same time, episode 3, some dude, like, he went up to some guy and like he infiltrated or whatever, and he was like, all right, I need you to tell me what's going on. The dude wouldn't comply. And like, he was like, I'm not doing anything. And then like the dude spit in his face. He was like, I'm Captain America. And like he started kind of unhinged. He's getting unhinged. For me, I love Russell's. I'm sorry. Wait, what's his last name? Wyatt Russell. Is that right?
Yes, Wyatt Russell.
I love his performance. I love what he's doing with the character. I'm supposed to hate his character.
Why? Can someone explain to me why you're supposed to hate his character? Because right now, all I am getting from hating his character is because he's not Steve Rogers. That's not enough.
No,
that's literally not enough.
The issue is with his character is that he's flawed. Like he doesn't feel like
he's human. What?
No, listen to me. He himself has an inadequacy complex. He doesn't feel like he's worthy enough to do this. He doesn't feel like he can be Captain America, nor should he try to be. But that's what he's presenting himself to be.
Wow.
And he's looking like a douchebag.
That sounds a lot like a lot of superheroes that I don't feel I'm worthy of this mantle. And you have bestowed this mantle upon me, so now I must live up to this mantle. That literally sounds like an origin story of every superhero. Yeah, so please, again.
But the question is, at the end of the day, is he actually?
Let's go to episode 4, because now we're going to get to the interesting part here of why someone's going to have to explain to me why they are presenting him like he's the most evil person in the world. I need to know that.
I ain't gonna say that now, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Low key, the Avengers have killed plenty of people.
No. Let's go. We don't even have to focus on the Avengers here. We don't. Not yet. Let's focus on the fact that he went off because someone killed his friend. A terrorist killed his friend. He kills the terrorist. They painted like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. Guess what? I saw Sam kill at least 5 people at the opening episode of this show. Are you kidding me?
So I'm gonna say this, and this is all respect. Again, this goes back to what I was saying. Is he actually worthy of what Captain America stands for? I don't think he has to be Captain America. I think he can be.
What does Captain America stand for?
So, all right, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna rephrase that. Who Steve Rogers was, okay?
But why would that pay any dividends?
Because that is Captain America. That's the whole point that
Okay.
Sam and Bucky were saying.
No.
It's
You're
like,
right. Okay. What did Steve stand for? So let's see. Steve was someone who wanted muscles because he was a dork.
oh,
Steve
that's not true. That's not true.
Did he not want muscles because he wanted to kill people and fight in the army?
No, that wasn't it. He decided to. He decided from what I remember is that.
Oh, I remember.
I want. He basically was like, I'm not sure what this. He didn't know what the program was going to do to him, but he was like, I'm going to put my life on the line for my country, and I want to, make a difference.
So now, as he's murking people after he becomes Captain America with his shield against other bad guys, what's the difference, people? Give it to me. Give me the difference. Because in First Avenger, he's damn sure running around shooting lots of people. He's a soldier.
Yeah, he's in war.
Thank you. Guess what, Joe? Perfect. You said it right. But, he's in war, right? He's in war, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So, what do you call two people letting go of 3 terrorist suspects? And these terrorist suspects planting to blow up things, and then one of them manages to kill another soldier.
Okay.
And he kills the person who kills the soldier.
But that doesn't make sense because that wasn't the person that killed the soldier. He didn't even interrogate him.
No. Here's the go. Is the guy a terrorist? Is the guy a terrorist? That's all I need to know.
I don't even know because the dude
come on now. No. You will not say you don't know. You won't say that you know. That whole organization. So what you're saying? No. I'm gonna correct you right here because that dude was part of the organization. So you're telling me that if you're part of a terrorist organization, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a terrorist. It just means that you're hanging out with your friends. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
No. What I'm saying is this: is that man didn't kill his friend. That man actually. He didn't have anything to do with killing this friend.
Did that man play a part?
That man at all? No.
Why do I need to question? Why do I need to question you?
What I'm saying is this.
Do I not know who you are? Why do I need to question you?
What I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, he killed him in cold blood out of his own angst, out of his own emotions. There was no civil resolve with that. And he did it for his soul. Like, he wasn't justified in killing somebody in cold blood.
Didn't Steve do that in multiple times in First Avenger?
Not in cold blood. Somebody was going against him. Somebody was engaging against him.
He is running and shooting a gun at people. They purposely don't show you who he's shooting the gun at. Want to know why? Because some of those people probably weren't armed, but they were on the other side. He was a soldier. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. You all war right now. Here's the problem. You all have a picture of what you assume Captain America should be. He does not fit that picture. But you can't equate you can't equate the war he's fighting versus anything Steve has ever been through, because Steve has never been through anything like this.
What do you mean? Hold on, what are you saying right now? What do you mean Steve's never been through anything like this?
Has Steve been through any part of modern warfare? No.
Yes, that was what the Winter Soldier and Civil War was about.
No, sir. He fought super beings there. I said modern warfare. The rules are different. In Civil War, who did he fight? Bucky? In Winter Soldier, who was it? His best friend? That's not modern warfare. He was going against another evil organization. I literally said modern warfare, where terrorists do things and you must stop terrorists from doing things.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the beginning of Civil War. The reason why it was Civil War, right? Yeah, beginning of Civil War, they were going up against
with crossbows.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Another villain from another movie.
But no, it wasn't the villain. He had a whole organization that was plotted. It was
but that wasn't warfare.
Though. Huh?
They were world domination, right?
Nah, like they were literally just trying to cause a what's the word?
Oh, so they weren't a big threat. What you're
No,
telling me? They're not a big threat.
no, they were trying to cause a moment of terrorism in a designated location.
I love the designated location. Didn't we just hear this woman say she wanted to blow up something with lots of people in it?
Yes, but I'm saying it's the same thing. Steve did the same thing, and then that's how his tail got locked up because Wanda didn't do it right, and then he had to go.
Why he got locked up?
Accords. Well, actually,
he got locked up because
he didn't abide by the
exactly,
accords,
exactly. Nope.
But I'm saying, you said that he never gone through that. He has.
That's not modern, Sam. That's not modern warfare. It's not in any way, shape, or fashion. And they literally painted it this way for this show to tell you there's an obvious difference between the two. So you can't all of the painting him as being evil. Why the whole time the people who are supposed to be the heroes of this show? How many terrorists must they let go? That's all I need to know. How many terrorists must they let go?
But okay, Lucas,
notice that what they're doing is horrible.
Lucas, let's get down to the nitty gritty of all this. All right. So at the end of the day, can you justify him killing a man?
Yes.
That had given up.
Yes.
That had said, "I give up" in
Who
public.
cares about you? Who cares about you giving up?
What do you mean? There's no reason to kill him. He can freaking give him to the agency that he's associated with.
Nope, kill him.
That makes no sense. You cannot justify that, Lucas. You know.
I have no issue with him killing him. And
what do you mean?
You can't give me an issue with him killing him at all.
I really can. I can play the case.
How many? When Sam was flying through the air and killing all of those people, did you ever think he could say, "Hey, let me hang you to this tree because I don't have to kill you technically. It's unnecessary. I can literally, I can not kill you and still interrogate you." Did he ask a single question when he was flying in that first episode, kicking people out of planes? No, he did not ask a single question. Because
they were shooting at him.
I am on a mission. That's it. I'm on a mission.
But no, it's not the same. They were shooting. It was straight up engagement.
No. Just say it with me. Say it with me. In the comic books, he must be evil.
No, it won't even do that. He's not
in the comic books.
What I'm saying is,
the way the show frames him, he must be evil. He must be. And you can't say that's not the case with the way the show frames him. Because they clearly frame him that way.
So I said from the very beginning that something's going to happen to his black best friend and it's going to set him off. I knew that was going to happen, but what I thought was that the serum was going to be the catalyst to him losing it. And it very well may be. I don't know at what point or the impact that the serum has on his motivations. I just know that he could have captured that man or dismembered him or shot him in the leg or whatever. But he decided
they literally attempted
to kill somebody.
They literally framed him taking the serum as being. They framed him taking the serum as a bad thing.
But that's what Zemo has been saying. Zemo was like, he even questioned Sam.
Wait. He said, I know we're not going to have a discussion at all about a terrorist who's killed multiple people thinking someone taking a serum is a bad move. We're not going to have that conversation here.
No,
Zemo is no one's conscience at all.
No, it's not about the actual taking it. It's the motivation of why he's taking it.
Oh,
Sam said that.
Is he hold up? Did he take the serum because he felt that I am not capable of stopping these super powered people? So I need something to equal the playing field. Is that why he took the serum?
That's where John Walker took the freaking serum.
Oh, so wait. Is that a bad thing?
Should he?
Yes, he should. It's a very simple question.
But no,
should he take it?
No,
yes,
but no,
1,000% so he should take it.
From the line of command, he should have called with his superiors and brought that to him and configured whether or not that was something that he should do.
No.
What do you mean?
Why would he do that?
Because the government has put him in this situation.
Wait. So you mean the government put him in a situation to replace someone who the government put the serum in the first place.
But if that was the case, though, if that was the case,
no.
they would have gave
the
him
government
a freaking serum for real.
But don't we understand in this that the government doesn't have the serum?
Thunderbro. Well, okay, I can't say that yet. I'm not going to.
Thank you. So right now, from the perception, the government doesn't have the serum. Do you not think they would have given it to him if they did? 1,000%. So you give it to him. Why? Because the guy he's replacing, you gave it to him. Again. Is him taking the serum a bad thing? Not a chance. Not a chance.
So
is it a bad thing?
I'm gonna ask you a question. Should he put his hands on one of the Dora Milaje and thought that was okay?
The way he did it, he was like, "Hey, this come." No. Oh, he did. So you're telling me he didn't when she was talking? He's like, "Well," and here's the weird part: he was right about everything he said to them. You don't have any control over anything here. This has nothing to do with you. See, here's the problem, Matt. Everyone else in this show goes rogue multiple times. And he's like, no, we can't trust Zemo. Oh, no, we can see how this plays out. We're going to let this terrorist run free and see what happens. They come. He's like, hey, you all aren't supposed to be here. Like, we need to handle this. You know what they said? Oh, no. We're going to kill you and kill everybody in here because we're mad that this guy is free. Come on, son. Come on.
I mean,
come on.
To be honest,
so far at this show, you might as well just lock everybody up because every single one of them, matter of fact, Bucky and Sam, two soldiers, have committed treason according to this show. According to this show, they committed treason.
I mean, by working with Sharon and breaking out Zemo, yes.
How about the breaking out of Zemo? You broke out a terrorist. And then Sam meets another terrorist and decides she's a nice person. Are you joking?
No. But wait, no, hold on. John Walker complied with that. By association, him and Battlestar, he did because he let him go and meet him. I don't care how many seconds this was. He was like, all right, go ahead.
If I'm trying to get information, but it's clear that he always saw her as a threat and he wanted to arrest her. But if I need the information, I'm going to.
I don't think he wanted to arrest her at this point.
Yes, he did. He still wanted to arrest her because he didn't trust her.
Why he arrested? This goes back to what I'm saying. Why did he arrest the dude that he killed?
Oh, because at that point you killed someone. You got to die. It is what it is. Your organization did it.
What?
Sam, if you, I hate to tell you this, but if you don't actually think that's how war works, I can just watch the news. If you don't think that's how war works,
no, I'm not saying how war works. I'm talking about what's right and what's justified. He was not justified in killing that man in open blood, regardless of how you feel about it.
You said the key part there. What's right and what's justified. Just because you don't think it's justified don't mean he wouldn't right to do it.
I mean, but that's what the internet is going crazy about right now. That's why I didn't put this on Twitter. If I put this on Twitter right now, we're talking about it's half of the United States that believe what you're saying.
If they don't understand, it's a difference between what you justifiably do and what's the right thing to do in this country. If you don't understand the difference at this point, I hate to tell you, you are in the biggest bubble in the world if you don't understand. And I could give examples, but I'm not going to give examples because we're running long on this show. So I don't want to give examples. But just understand they are examples of what the difference is between being justified and being right to do something. It's lots of things in this country that's currently going on that people should not be justified to do.
But
they are doing things, and they are still right to do it.
I'm gonna ask you a better question, then we can switch this.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of that question, do you think it was smart for him to kill that dude in open public?
Oh, he didn't care about being smart at that time, though.
No, I'm asking you. Do you think it was a smart decision to do?
But see, but saying a smart decision meant that he thought about it before he did it. There was no thought in what he did there.
Bruh.
go. Do you think he was thinking at that point in time?
No, I think he was blind with rage.
So if I'm not thinking, then that's an impossible question to answer. Is that a smart thing to do when no thought process went into him doing that?
But they're super. Well, maybe try to keep my words. They're super people all the time. They're in the same situation. And to be fair, what Lucas is saying, all right.
Now let's get to.
Go ahead. To be fair, this has happened before, you guys. Because straight up, Tony lost his crap as soon as he found out that Bucky killed his mom and dad. It didn't matter.
And he tried to kill him and
could have died, and Bucky could have died.
And he tried his best to kill both.
So I'm not saying that this isn't something that hasn't happened before. I'm talking about this new to shoes dude that is the new Captain America did this in public in front of everybody. And that's what I'm saying.
Say it with me. You're holding him to a standard that you believe he should be Steve Rogers and this perfect guy that was not actually perfect.
It's kind of hard because I'm gonna pose this question to everybody out there in the comment section. Hypothetically speaking, if Steve was still Captain America and Bucky was working in tandem right with him, and Bucky was just openly killed,
that's not a good way to frame that question. So.
Why not? It's the same situation, right?
Because this is the best way to frame that question.
Okay. All right. When? In the situation, the line of fire, Zemo just kills Bucky. Do you all think that Cap would just kill Zemo?
Oh no, that's still not the best way to frame the question, sir.
What do you mean? Okay, that's the same question. It's a matter of who the person is that is in the place of power with the shield. That's what
the difference is. You know the difference is.
Oh, I got a mad feeling you about to say something crazy.
There's two things that are the difference here. One, I can't compare anything that Steve would do now and that happening versus what John did now and what he did. Now, if we look back at Steve when he first became Captain America and Bucky is killed in front of him, what do you think he would have done?
But he was killed. He thought that Bucky was dead. He thought that Bucky was dead right in front of him.
What happened after he thought Bucky was dead?
He didn't nothing. He legit saw Bucky die and then he continued to fight. But he was literally holding on to the ledge.
So there's nothing he could do. Now put him in this situation where Bucky is killed in front of his face when he first becomes Captain America. Do you think he's not going to respond a certain way?
I don't see Steve just openly because this is the thing.
Here's the thing. You keep on saying that, but Steve clearly develops into what Captain America is. So tell me when Steve takes the serum, goes out on a very quick first mission, and his best friend gets killed in front of him. What do you think would happen? One, and here's the more messed up part. It's a different time period, so it's going to be different reactions to things.
So
this ain't going to be it's almost impossible to compare them two together because it's different times.
But they were both in war. You're saying that the rules of engagement are different, but they both are Steve was in World War II, and
he shot and killed multiple people because he was at war, right? Did he stop? Did he stop? He literally was more powerful than any of them. Yeah. Do you think he couldn't have just stopped some of them people and not killed them?
But he didn't kill everybody.
Everybody he shot, Sam. Do you think he was wounding people? Do you come on? We're not going to go there saying you thinking he was just wounding people.
Of the people in the
First Avenger,
in the First Avenger, with those weird
because they were people that they didn't show him killing.
They're putties. They're the Mighty Morphin putties.
So in other words, you can kill whomever you want to as long as we don't see him.
That's how Marvel get away with a lot of those kind of situations. But what I was trying to say is that there was a moment where what your scenario came to pass. Basically Iron Man was about to kill Bucky. And Steve
stopped him,
but he didn't kill Tony. Like it was literally the same as that situation. He
No,
was
it's not. You know the difference. You know the biggest difference. The biggest
he could have
difference.
aimed for his head, but he didn't.
You know the biggest difference. Which one of them was infuriated by rage? Because it wasn't Cap at all.
I mean, true.
It was Tony.
True.
And you think Tony would have stopped? Do you think he would have stopped him to interrogate him? Do you think Tony in any way would have stopped to interrogate him? If not, there's your answer. If not, you have your answer. If you're telling me you believe Tony would have stopped to interrogate him to find the truth, because what did we find out according to that? Yeah, he wasn't the person who actually. While he was the person who did it, he ain't the person who set it up.
But this is where we go. This goes back to the foundation we're talking about. Tony was ruled by himself. He's always been ruled by himself. He doesn't have a government that he,
did not sign off on the Sokovia Accords to be the rightful person of the government. You can't play that card, buddy.
You can't play Tony ain't about none of that crap because he broke them out. He broke them out.
He literally worked for the government.
But he broke them out. Like, I can't.
At the end, he broke them out. At that point in time, was he not working for the government?
But he was the one.
Was he not? Don't tell me what happened after the fact. At that point in time, when he was going to kill Bucky, because he was going to kill him. It was no mercy. He did not care what was happening. He was going to kill him. But at that point in time, who did Tony work for? Was he not an arm of the government at that point?
But he's not a soldier, though. John Walker is a soldier.
Sam, that's not
Steve was a soldier.
That's not an excuse. Okay,
I'll say this.
I literally gave you a hero that was going to kill somebody because of his rage. And you said heroes don't do that, right?
No, I didn't say that. I said Steve wouldn't do that. That's what I said. That was my comment.
And I said,
to be fair,
if we're starting with Steve wouldn't do something, if you go back to the first comment I made, where the issue is you are trying to compare him to Steve. That's it. I was simple when I said that. You're trying to compare him to Steve.
So what I'm saying is this, though. If it was flop, and I'll admit this, I'll be the first one to tell you. If it was Bucky, right, instead of Steve, and that was flip-flop, and like Steve was killed in front of Bucky, I think Bucky would have killed the person in the same exact situation.
Of course Bucky would have killed the person. In a second. With no hesitation, Bucky would have killed him.
Yeah. But anyway, just so we can round out this, because we went all we just tackled so as far as the episode is concerned, what did you think about the episode's closing remarks? Episode 4.
Same issue. We did all this talking, and you notice I didn't mention Zemo, right?
Nah, not at all.
Not at all interested in anything with him in this episode. At times, besides what John Walker did at the end, and matter of fact, besides everything with John Walker, I thought the episode was lackluster. Like John Walker's whole story of getting to the super serum and taking it is way more interesting than anything else that happens. But the more challenging part is the other things that happen are supposed to be the important things of the plot.
Yeah, they're reinforcing the idea that Sam is going to be certifiably the new Captain America. I mean, foundationally, that's what it's kind of laying up. Like, he's the person that didn't have any powers and put his life on the line without any kind of regard, or understanding this. I mean, at any point, like, he could die. He was willing to do that.
That is crazy that to them is what Captain America means. That is the dumbest thing in the world. That's what Captain America means.
And it's kind of like
Jesus.
It's kind of like with Bucky trusting, because Walker even said it. He was like, "You're gonna let your partner go in there?" He's like, "Yeah, he's got it." And it's like that is the same kind of relationship that Bucky and Cap had, but whether it was right or not, whether it made sense or not, they're lining it up and showing different levels of Sam that I think that I appreciated. The size of him where before he became the Falcon, like what he actually did, coordinating and conversating with soldiers that were dealing with PTSD, soldiers that had these and other issues mentally and emotionally. I did like the conversation he had with her because he proved her wrong even to herself. I would have liked to see where the conversation went, but I think that if I was Sam, I would have been way more infuriated that this girl literally targeted my my sister.
I'm about to say, he forgave her quick for that.
I mean, he did, but that
was
was intentional because they wanted to show the differences between Sam and John Walker. All of this to me was building towards what,
and that's what makes the episode lackluster, because it's not realistic at all. Is that realistic?
I mean, but this is a comic show, though.
No, but it's one that they are specifically trying to ground in realism for a reason.
Yeah, they are.
Because I can't say it's a comic book show and say that Sam's actions are okay, that he did all of that, and then turn around and says a comic book show and say John's actions are not. Like, no, you can't have it both ways. Either you're a show that's grounded in realism, and I must look at everything that Sam did and say, you think Steve would have done that? You think Steve would have played the role of them breaking out Zemo after what Zemo did?
Yeah, he probably would.
No, he wouldn't have. In which way, shape, form, or fashion have you ever seen Cap do that?
Break people out?
No, not break people out, because he broke the Avengers out. Do you think he would have broke Zemo out?
If he needed him?
No, not a chance.
I think if he needed him.
Guess what? Because his code is too high. Now you can't lower Cap's code all of a sudden. Cap's code is way too high to do that.
But I feel like
Zemo killed someone. T'Challa. I'm not saying T'Challa or I don't know. One of them African dudes. He killed one of them. Okay. He's not breaking Zemo out under any circumstances. Cap thing would have been, we can find. Matter of fact, they've had that discussion before with him and Black Widow when she would be willing to do things, and Cap said no. We can always find a better way to do it. We don't have to break the law. He wouldn't have done any of these actions that they've done so far at all.
So this is where I was saying is that part of me agrees with you. The early stage version of Cap before Winter Soldier wouldn't have. But as things progressed, as things got muddier and muddier.
After Winter Soldier, I don't think he's doing any of this. Because right now we have a clear picture of everything. Clear as day. He ain't doing that. Not a chance.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm curious to see what's going to happen.
You're 1,000% right. And that's the problem here. Because Cap is a black and white character. He does not live in shades of gray.
Yeah, it's just between John and Bucky.
Don't say that again. Don't say the price of freedom is high, because you don't. By saying the price of freedom is high and Steve would have paid that price, do you know that means Steve would have killed lots of people? Because that's the price of freedom. No. Oh God, this is the problem, Joe. This is the problem.
I mean, that's true.
Sam didn't break him out. Guess what? He went along with it. That's the problem. He literally was there and said, "Are we breaking him out? Why are you breaking him out?" If Sam cared, if Sam was Cap would have like, "No, he can't. We can't do that. He can't escape." Under no circumstance, because Cap would have outweighed the good and the bad, and he would have said, no matter what we could get out of him, it's not worth the risk.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it goes back to what you're saying. None of these men fall into black and white. None of them fall into that line either, because it's like even John Walker, he didn't immediately go and call his superiors and be like, "Yo, they got Zemo out. We need to get rid of him." He was like, we need to get to this as a means to an end. I think that at this point, they're all in this desperation mode. And technically, none of them live up to what Steve even lived up. Not even Steve. I think somebody even said that. Who said that, John? Was it Zemo or was it Sharon? Somebody said, like, not even Steve could live up to Steve. Something like that. I can't remember who said it. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be really interesting. I just hate the fact that I know what's going to happen, because they showed it in the previews already. The first trailer show me what was gonna happen. And that's the thing that pisses me off, because why would Marvel do that?
But here's the
I
thing.
know where it's gonna happen now.
But here's the thing. What happened if that whole thing is a misdirection?
Bruh, no, that's gonna be either the last episode or the next episode.
No. I think you're counting on that. But what happened if that's a misdirection? Are you acting like Marvel wouldn't throw you a misdirection at this point?
They aren't gonna get the shield from John Walker. There's no way that he's gonna keep it.
You may get a shield. You may get the shield. That don't mean he's going to be. That doesn't mean it's going to end the way you think it's going to end, because they showed it to you. Like it. Here's the thing about Marvel. When Marvel blatantly shows you something, they never go in that direction. It's always the haha, I showed you this, but that's not what we're doing here. So Sam throwing the shield and Sam having the shield could be a huge misdirection. Because that's what Marvel does. And they like doing misdirections. They really, really like doing misdirection.
But we even talked about this possibility that both of them end up being Captain America. Or some subset of Captain America between both of them. We talked about that.
But
I just don't think it's going to be Bucky by himself. I just don't think that's going to happen.
What happens if they do decide to go that route?
What, just Bucky?
To me, it wouldn't even be surprising at this point, because you telegraphed the other one. So it wouldn't be surprising to me at this point. You telegraphed the other one like hell. Super telegraphed it at that. So it wouldn't be surprising to me if they decide, nope, the goal of telegraphing it was to give it to Bucky.
I think people would be pissed off.
Why? Because it didn't.
Why?
No.
You know
Because see, here's the thing. I don't think people would care that he's black and as Captain America, because most people follow the comic books, and you know what they're gonna say? Bucky was Captain America before Sam was.
Look, I don't know. I feel like people are gonna be pissed.
But he was gray during He wasn't gray during Civil War and Endgame. In which way, shape, form, or fashion?
Wait, what?
He put Steve was black and white pre-Winter Soldier, but post he was gray in Civil War. No, he wasn't. Not in no way, shape, form, or fashion was he actually.
So I think what he's talking about is that after Winter Soldier, Steve was like, he didn't trust SHIELD anymore. He didn't trust the government anymore after that point.
That doesn't make him gray in any way. It literally makes him more black and white, because he's like, if I don't trust them, and it was way more about not trusting SHIELD than the government. And here's the weird part. He didn't trust the government because the government was infiltrated by SHIELD. I mean, by Hydra.
Yeah.
Why would he trust them? That doesn't make you gray. He literally lived by a code, and his code is as black and white as humanly possible.
What? Jedi Mike, what you talking about? Lucas gotta go. I'm not having y'all going back and forth, because I don't know what you're talking about.
French toast that we need a ninja with a shit.
On that note,
y'all gonna be highly disappointed when they get that shield to Bucky.
It is gonna be some people disappointed. I really do feel like I'm not
gonna be highly disappointed when they get that shield to Bucky.
I can tell you, people are
because here's the weirdest part of it all. Just look at the progression of Bucky and Sam as characters right now. Mm-hmm. Which one seems to be making the progression closer to being Captain America? That's all I'm going to say. I want you all to think about it. And I'm not going to break it down at all. I'm just going to ask you which one of them two is going closer down the path to being the person who carries that mantle.
Why is his flag backwards?
Because Marvel doesn't pay attention to uniforms.
maybe it was like showing a telegraph.
That is severely disrespectful too. But that's okay. We out.
That's your boy John Walker, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully y'all enjoyed our review. Episode number, what would you rate it? Episode 3 and 4. What's your ratings?
3, 6.5, 4. With John Walker, 8. Without John Walker, 6.
Yeah. For me, 3. I thought it was a really good action episode. I give it a 7.5. 4, just because of the controversy behind it, I'll give it a 9
It's
or
no
maybe an 8.5.
controversies. You soft people who don't
Yo,
understand
hey,
what is
Black Twitter
needed.
is losing it right now.
You
Okay.
soft people not understanding what's needed to progress our country.
What?
This is the
Lucas, what
Captain
is
America we need.
Lucas? You
Right
still
now.
ain't told me why this. You still have not justified this man killing this dude in cold
Look
blood.
here, I have
And
no
I'm not
issue.
gonna go into it.
I have no.
anymore.
I don't have any issue with him doing it as much as I didn't have an issue when Superman did it. I have no issue with you killing
why
people.
would you do something like that?
I have no issue with you killing people if you deem it necessary.
Wait,
There you go. A
wait,
hero
wait.
that did something that they didn't have to do. He
Wait.
didn't have to do it. There you go. Superman.
Wait, did you have a problem with that though?
Huh?
I thought you
Which
had a
one?
problem with him.
Oh, no. I had a problem with people acting like he didn't kill the guy. I never said he did it wrong. I just said don't act like he didn't do it.
I can't, bro. We're done.
There you go.
Hopefully you
There
guys
you go.
enjoyed that. We gotta go. Peace, guys.